Why would I do that?
Listen, Stewart's peanut butter pandemonium. It's not like the best ice cream I've ever had, but it's local.
But when you got a mouthful of banana too, you want that peanut
Add
butter.
the banana, and it just kind of.
I need the potassium.
Getting cramps.
I do cramp easily in the
Thigh
summer.
or calves. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do need to get more potassium in my diet.
Jesus Christ, we sound like a bunch of old guys.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s. I am old.
Chuck's not in his 40s.
No.
I'm 36, man. I might as well be. So I drove to Albany today.
You have a date?
I did. It went well. It was good.
Nice.
Saw Sinners, by the way. Fucking what a good movie.
Right?
Holy shit. Ron, if you haven't seen this, you got to go see it in theaters.
All right.
Specifically, if you can get it in the IMAX 70 millimeter, apparently is like the best way to watch this.
It is. The problem is the closest IMAX 70 millimeter for us
Indy
is the Children's Museum in Indy.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But yes, Chuck, you are right. It apparently is worth it because when it gets that immersive feel, it is just amazing.
Yeah. It was awesome. So I've never been to a Regal cinema before.
Really?
Yeah, the one in my town is like a local mom and pop ran one.
Okay.
So I've never had the luxury of a Regal theater, and holy shit, it was awesome. It was really good. Good times. Good times all around. But I'm driving to Albany, and all the construction signs, because it's the summer, so naturally now construction's everywhere.
Yep.
It said slow down, you will. Be safe, you must. And I'm like, the fuck they write it like that for? In my brain, I was like, fucking write it like Yoda? I figured it was just that one sign somebody was fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the digital displays. And then I'm driving, I come across another one that says the same thing. And I'm so fucking confused. And then it was Sith happens, slow down. And I'm like, okay, so they're obviously doing some type of Star Wars joke. Did I miss something? And then I realized today is the 4th.
Yep. Happy May the 4th today.
Mm-hmm.
At the time of recording, obviously.
Yeah, at the time of recording.
Happy May the 4th a month ago.
I saw that it was May the 4th today when we were in the car on our way to get Simon from work because his car broke down. And,
oh no!
Yeah, and I looked over at Alfie and I was like, "Yeah, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. To celebrate this, I'm not going to do anything Star Wars related today." And then I remembered that we are, doing this show.
But it's not Star Wars related.
Well, some of it is.
Well,
shut up, Sasha.
Which, by the way, I do appreciate that you took the lead on all getting that because man, I had a busy ass week. 2, I've
had to work.
Not motivated.
Yeah. Well, I got up to the Punisher from 2004.
Okay.
Man, okay, so Chuck put his leg up there, and I thought he'd pulled his shirt up, and I was going to ask him what the hell is hanging out of his belly button, but the tattoo on your leg.
So, fun story about this date. First time I've met this person in real life. We've been talking for a while, but whatever. For a minute. And I wore this windbreaker raincoat because it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
That is objectively it is tight. There's no give to it, and it's like a quarter zip. So for me to get it off, I have to go up and over my head. But it's super tight to my body, so there's not a lot of I can't work an arm out and then take it off. I have to pull from behind and then slide my arms out, right? And I realize as I'm taking my arm out that I've now straitjacketed myself in this thing because I tried to take my arm out first because I knew what would happen. If I lifted it from the back and tried to take it off the way I was supposed to, the shirt's going to come with it. And I will be topless in the middle of this cafe. And yeah, I should have. And at this point, I have made a scene out of this, and I'm just like, "Fuck! what am I gonna do?" And she's like looking at me. She's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to get out of this." And so, so I put my arm back through it, and I was just like, "Sorry." And sure enough, I go to pull it up. My shirt comes with me, and I am standing there pretty much completely topless in the middle of this. And she just looked at me like, "What the fuck is happening?" I was like, there was no good way that was going to work. There was no way that was going to work. Brothers, sisters, gender resistors, welcome to another episode of the Comic Book Rundown presents Guys Being Dudes on a Podcast edition. Rundown reviews. We're just sitting and chatting about Ron. Ron did work for this show.
I was gonna do one of two things. I was gonna be like, yeah, so we watched this movie and just like gaslight the two of you into about a movie that I watched that you guys didn't watch.
That would have been fucked. That would have been really fun.
I was gonna do that. Second thing I was gonna do was gonna do like a trivia thing about our last like 50 movies and just kind of have fun with that. But the gaslighting thing, as fun as that would have been, yeah, I just didn't feel like doing it. The trivia thing, I'm like, again, that's work that I don't feel like doing. So yeah, especially after working 6 days this past week.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds.
Yeah, nice. I worked Saturday. I was telling Ron before you got on that we're back to working 6 days, like every other week for a while, and then there are going to be a few weeks where we work back to back Saturdays.
Ooh,
yeah. Yep, that's gonna be my summer.
Hey, those tariffs are finally paying off for you, huh? Love to hear it, buddy.
Honestly, kinda, yeah. Which is not. I mean, yay, fine, whatever. But the plant in Canada actually is losing a shift because of the tariffs.
Christ.
Yeah. Which I mean,
way to go, you dumbass fucking president of the United States of America.
Does bring jobs back to America. Yay, fine, whatever. But it's not like they.
Cost of materials are going to go up, though.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really help anything because we still get our parts from outside the country. So the trucks are still going to be higher in price.
And nobody can afford your trucks already anyway.
Exactly.
So that's why they sit in lots, in hundreds of fucking places until they go bad.
That's because they don't make a small, just decent truck. Yeah.
We just need the S10s back.
I want a Ford Ranger. That's what I want. I don't want a big honking fucking pavement princess. Yeah.
Nope. Every single vehicle now has to have like a giant.
If it ain't got a V8 in it,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Stupid.
Bring back the S10.
Ron did work, so
I did do work.
Because originally we were gonna have this be like we said last week and the week before. Or we've been saying for the last like month, 3 months and a half, we're going to try and do I don't know what you'd call it, just a list of the actors and actresses and all the movies. Movie connections.
I say we call it like the rundown roll call?
Rundown connections or something like that. What the what?
A compendium, an actor
rundown
compendium?
roll call. I like that.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll shut up.
But a compendium is it's a giant book, but like a roll call, like that kind of I like roll calls.
No, it's objectively it's objectively.
Plus, I also like alliterations because I'm an idiot.
No,
I'm a simple man.
I understand.
It's hard. It's easy on me.
Move on.
Anyway, so Ron, take it away.
All right, so I went through.
I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, I got up to the Punisher from 2004. So, I mean, some of these
that's like
almost halfway, probably over halfway. I don't know.
I don't remember which movie that was.
Oh, it's the one with
no, which number? Shut up. Anyway, go ahead.
So, the first one actually right out of the gate surprised me. I was going through, like in the order that we had watched the movies. And Max von Sydow,
Sydow.
Yeah, Judge Dredd. He's also in The Force Awakens, Conan the Barbarian, and Flash Gordon.
He was a Flash Gordon?
Yeah.
Who was he in Flash?
I don't know, dude. I just went through like 3,000 movies.
Dude, he was what's his name? The bad guy.
Ming?
The Mandarin or Ming?
Yeah.
The Mandarin.
Wrong movie. Might as well be.
But then we had Timothy Dalton, who was in Flash Gordon and The Rocketeer.
Okay.
We had John Philip Law, who is in Danger Diabolic and Barbarella.
Yeah.
So now, mind you, I didn't go through like, okay, this person was in Star Wars 1 through 6, or this person was in, like this, because I just put that they're in Star Wars. If they're in one Star Wars, they're in all the Star Wars.
I mean, you are the one that did it, so I will let you do it your way.
Well, okay, because otherwise, well, then
ahead.
Look, fine. We had Christopher Reeves in Superman's 1 through 4.
Yeah.
We had Marlon Brando in 1 and 2. We had Gene Hackman in 1 through 4. We had Terrence Stamp in 1, 2, Star Wars Phantom Menace. I think that's it.
Yeah. I'll defend Ron here. What I care about seeing is actors that are in different IPs of movies that we've been watching.
Or even if it's the same IP from like if he was in Superman and Superman Returns, like that'd be a whole nother story.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But I care about just like the spread. What I cared about was trying to figure out who in the like 80s and who in the 90s were like just getting casted for every fucking movie at the time. That's where I was more.
Well, see, my theory on
the ponytail guy. He was in like
Nils Allen Stewart was in Double Dragon, The Mask, The Fist of the North Star, The Shadow, and Barbed Wire.
Yeah, like
and that's just the movies that we've watched.
Yeah.
See, that's interesting to me.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's what I like.
But see, the reason why I didn't go through and do, because like it'd be like, okay, so wow, I cannot think of his name. Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. What? You know what? Well, one second. Joe, can I see you to the side here? Can I see you to the side here real quick? Okay. Yeah, Joe. Hey, Ron actually did something for the show. Okay, if you complain about it, he won't do shit anymore. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? Don't you understand? Don't you understand? Be nice to him. Be nice to Ron. Be nice to Ron. Be nice to Ron.
He knows
Be nice to Ron.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, continue, young man.
Well, thank you. We have Mark McClure, who is Jimmy Olsen from the Superman. He was also in Supergirl, which same world, I suppose.
Same role, different thing. But we'll also see him again in Justice League. Zack Snyder's actually both Justice League.
Yeah, both Justice League.
I think he's gonna be in something else. I don't know.
I only looked for the ones that we've seen on the show, and I also included what I know that you guys covered in Getting Franchise.
Nice. Yeah. Because I know Chris Evans. Chris Evans, we'll have him as Captain America. We'll have him as Johnny Storm.
Yep.
He was in Snowpiercer. He was in Losers. He was in Scott Pilgrim.
Yep.
He was in Push, which isn't really a comic book movie, but it's comic booky.
Oh, I thought they had a comic book for it.
I don't think they do, but I could be wrong. But like that's 6 right there. Plus, I'm sure there's a couple more.
Yeah, but see, and that's what I'm saying. Like he played the role of Captain America, so I'm not going to be like Captain America, Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War.
No, I count. Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, now, I count it as a role, not as a.
If we're counting roles, yes. If we're counting movies, like if I do actual movies, then I'm counting.
Oh sure,
those 6.
But then we're not going to. Then we're not going to write down each movie that they were in. We're just going to write down that they were in 18 movies. Or
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So Jeffrey Jones was in Howard the Duck and My Bloody Valentine 3D.
Jeffrey Jones.
He's the guy that goes crazy in Howard the Duck. He's in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the principal.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Forgot he was in My Bloody Valentine 3D. Wow.
Yeah. We had Lou Ferrigno in The Incredible Hulk and Ang Lee's Hulk. I mean, don't get me wrong, he goes further into some other movies, like once we get into him, but
I mean, we had him in. Wait.
He's in a couple of the MCU movies, isn't he?
No, he was in Hulk as security guard.
Yep.
He was in obviously
The Incredible
Bruce
Hulk.
Rigno's Hulk.
Yeah.
I could have swore he was in another Hulk movie. We've done.
The Edward Norton one?
Yeah, wasn't he in the
Yes,
Edward
we haven't
Norton
done that one yet.
one? We haven't
Right.
watched
Yeah.
it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that is the MCU. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that one's technically considered part of the MCU, right?
That is the
Edward
MCU.
Norton
That
one.
is
Yeah.
MCU
Yeah.
movie. Yeah,
That's
he
what I
was the security guard there because he gave the pizza to.
Yeah. We had Adrienne Barbeau, who was in Swamp Thing.
Oh,
and
Adrienne
Creepshow.
Barbeau. Yeah. Oh. She was also like she's a classic.
I think she's also in some ones after what we've watched, but we haven't gotten there yet.
She is. She's a voice of something like one of the
Wonder Woman, maybe.
No,
I saw some Justice League stuff up there.
that might be it. Maybe that is it.
It
But, like,
might not have been Wonder Woman, but I saw Justice League. You know,
She was in. Was she in one of the like anthology movies? One of like
yeah, Creepshow.
Okay. But I could have sworn she was in something else. That maybe because I've seen a lot of different horror movies. Not for this show, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's not for other things. But like I know she was in The Fog. She was in another movie where she played a radio DJ, which was kind of fun, because she was also in The Fog playing a radio DJ. So
In real life, she's actually a radio DJ. We just don't know it.
And you know what? Good on her.
We had Ray Wise, who was in Swamp Thing and also RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
We get to Peter Weller,
Yeah.
who was in The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, and then RoboCop 1 and 2. We have Christopher Lloyd, who is in The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai and Star Trek 3.
Yep.
Yeah, the Search for Spock.
Yeah.
And he'll eventually get into some other things later that we watch.
Yeah, we'll get some more of him later on.
We had Vincent Schiavelli, who is in The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai and Batman Returns. We had next up Dolph Lundgren, who is in The Punisher and Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
And he'll be in more later, I'm sure, too, because
Aquaman, he's an Aquaman.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We have Matt Frewer, who is in Supergirl and Dawn of the Dead. You guys watched Dawn of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The new Dawn of the Dead, the 2004 one, not the old one.
Matt Frewer.
You'd have to look him up because I don't remember what he was in either one of these.
Was he the dad that got bit? That brings just the dumbest woman on the planet.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
He's also in
Eureka. He's in Eureka.
And
Yep. Watchmen.
Yeah.
He's in,
that one Alice TV show that was on Sci-Fi, I think.
Oh, sorry, you brought up Watchmen. Did they make an animated movie that's in a part 1, part 2?
They did.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, I saw
the Blu-ray for it today, and I had no idea I thought it was like the live comic read or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
The live, the motion comic.
All right,
Yeah.
motion comic. Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah, apparently it's actually a really good interpretation. Not that like the live action was a really good interpretation.
I mean, the
but
live
this
action was pretty good. Actually,
this
does the alien at the end of it or whatever.
It actually does the squid
Okay.
at the end instead of a bomb.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha. Because that was the only gripe I had about the Watchmen. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah.
we'll get to
I
both
got
eventually.
I got feelings about it.
We have Donovan Scott, who is in Sheena and Popeye. He was the little fat brother. And then I don't know I can't remember what he was in Sheena. But we have Mark Dacascos, who was in Double Dragon. He was the one of the brothers, and then he was also in The Crow.
He's also the Iron Chef.
Okay.
He's the host of the Iron Chef.
Okay.
His uncle was the Iron Chef.
Yeah.
And then we had
Robert
Patrick, who was also in Double Dragon and Terminator 2. And I mean, he gets into other things once we get further into stuff, but
I'm not sure how much like comic book movies we'd see him in.
I don't know either.
I know he was in Peacemaker, but
yeah,
that's a show.
He was in something else that I saw on the IMDb that we're going to eventually watch, but I don't remember what it was. Like I said, I only wrote down what we've watched so far.
Gotcha.
We already went over Nils Allen Stewart, ponytail guy.
Yep.
We have Al Leong, who was in Double Dragon, The Shadow, and Daredevil. He's the like Asian sidekick in all of those, like the dude with the long hair.
Yeah.
We have Leon Russum, who was in Double Dragon and The Phantom. That was the what's her face's dad in Double Dragon, and then he was the like mayor in The Shadow in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Or The Phantom. That's what I meant. The Phantom.
Okay.
We have Michael Berryman, who is in Double Dragon, Weird Science, and Guyver.
Yeah.
That's the big weird looking dude.
That's what I was going to look up. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
We have Ned Beatty, who somehow I missed in Superman, but we also have him in Captain America 1990.
Yeah.
He was in Superman 1 through 4 and then Captain America.
And then his career just completely fell to shit.
I don't know what happened to him.
Probably
he died, obviously, but like he died recently, like in the last like 2 years or something. But
yeah, 2 to 5 years or 20 years. I don't know.
Yeah, wasn't Captain America like the thing that like ruined comic book movies or something?
For the 90s, yeah.
I mean, wasn't great.
We have Ronnie Cox, who is in RoboCop and Captain America 1990. We have Sarah Douglas, who is in Superman's 1 and 2, Conan the Destroyer, and Return of Swamp Thing. That's the the female Kryptonian.
Yep.
I don't remember her name, but
Ursa.
Yeah,
there you go. Ursula.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Ursa.
Whatever.
Anyways, then we have James Earl Jones, who was in Meteor Man, Conan the Barbarian, and Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
We have Billy D. Williams, who was in Batman 89 and Star Wars. We have Tracy Walter, who is in Batman 89, Conan the Destroyer, and Fist of the North Star. That's the Joker's sidekick.
Yep.
Christopher Fairbank, who is in Batman 89 and Alien 3. Here comes a big one for Chuck. Arnie.
Yeah, my boy.
Who is in the Conan movies, Predator, Terminator, Batman and Robin, and Red Sonja.
Yeah.
We had Sandal Bergman, who was in Conan the Barbarian and Red Sonja. We had Mako, who was in Conan, the TMNT, and RoboCop 3.
Oh, shout out to Mako.
Mako's great.
Yeah, we have Sven Ole Thorsen, who is in Conan and Red Sonja. Sab Shimono, who is in Conan, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. He was the Shogun, like, lord or leader or whatever, and he was in The Shadow.
Oh.
We have Michelle Pfeiffer, who is in Batman Returns and Stardust.
We'll get her more in a couple other movies.
We have Andrew Berniarski, who is in Batman Returns and Street Fighter. He was Zangief. We have Paul Rubens, who is in Batman Returns and Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
That's Pee Wee Herman, in case you didn't know who that is, Chuck.
The best death in
I
Buffy.
know. I know.
I know you know, because he's from your hometown.
Allegedly.
We have Branscombe Richmond, who is in Batman Returns and Star Trek 3. He played a clown in Batman Returns, and in Star Trek, he was one of the Klingons.
Okay.
He was also in the Renegade TV show. My dad used to watch that all the time when I was a kid.
Oh my god, I haven't thought about that show in so long.
He was the Indian dude from that, the Native American.
Yeah.
We have
that was on TBS like before Saturday night, like WCW Saturday Night at 6:05. Wow, that was a good show.
We have Debbie Lee Carrington, who is a dwarf, a little person. I don't know what the proper term for that is. But she was in Batman Returns. She was one of the penguins. She was in Howard the Duck. She was, I believe, the female duck. And she was in Men in Black. She was one of the small aliens.
Okay.
We have Tommy Lee Jones, who is in Men in Black and Batman Forever.
We'll get him
We have
again
Rip
and a couple
Torn.
other ones. Yeah, Rip
Not that
Torn.
we watched. For Tommy Lee Jones?
We'll get him again.
Oh, I know we will, but...
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
How old
He
is he?
looked very
He is-
angry and old.
yeah.
But he's always looked angry and old, so I guess that doesn't really change much.
To be fair, he never seems like he actually enjoys a movie he's ever been on. So,
Right?
yeah.
I mean, he's only 78, so you know.
All right. I guess like he just hasn't done anything lately.
It's just because he looks really old is why Chuck was concerned for his health. Because like when he was in Men in Black, he looked like he was in his 70s. So
You're right.
Yeah, that's fair.
we have Rip Torn, who is in Men in Black and RoboCop 3. We have Sean Whalen, who is in Men in Black and Batman Returns. Val Kilmer, who is in Batman Forever and Willow. Jim Carrey, Batman Forever and The Mask. Jon Favreau, Batman Forever, Daredevil, and Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yep.
We have Billy Barty, who was in Masters of the Universe and Willow. He was the little... he was supposed to be like the wizard guy in Masters of the Universe.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think what the hell his name is.
Grim something?
Yeah.
Grimnir?
We have John Glover, who is in Batman and Robin and RoboCop 2.
Okay.
We have Pat Roach, who is in Conan, Red Sonja, and Willow. We have Udo Kier, who is in Blade and Barbed Wire. He was the her like serving man in Barbed Wire, and in Blade he was Damaskino, the old guy.
Yeah, one of the head vampires.
Yeah. We have Judd T. Nelson in Steel and Transformers from '86.
Yeah, he was. Oh, who was he in Transformers?
He was one of the voices of the kids or something, like one of the little.
The kid?
The little
Spike, not Spike.
No, the younger Transformers. I don't know like what you would call them, like the newer ones, like the ones that like
GoBots. No,
yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
but anyways,
you're not wrong. But
we have Sir Patrick Stewart, who is in X-Men and TMNT.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Sir Ian McKellen, who is in X-Men.
The animated TMNT. The
oh,
2000.
Yeah. I was like, who the fuck is he in?
Oh yeah, sorry, the animated one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
and then Sir Ian McKellen,
like
who is in X-Men, Stardust, and The Shadow.
The fact that he's in Stardust as the narrator in the very beginning, and then not at all the rest of the movie. It's just like, what the hell? I love that.
We've got James Marsden. Yeah,
Marsden,
James Marsden, who's in X-Men and Superman Returns.
Wait, we had James Earl Jones do that in a couple of movies.
That's true. I guess I didn't count his voiceovers for.
He's in Tank Girl. He does the voiceover for Tank Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something else, because he does it twice.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other one was.
Judge Dredd?
Oh, at the beginning, maybe.
Maybe?
Was there a voiceover for Judge Dredd?
I don't know.
The red scroll, I think, like the scrolling read. Or the
yeah.
Read.
Or was it Time Cop? I don't know. It was one of those. It was fairly recent.
Cop sounds. Maybe not Time Cop.
I don't remember, but it didn't pop up directly in the IMDb. So
yeah, he probably didn't get credit for
just
it.
Have it uncredited.
Yeah. We have Holly Berry, who is in X-Men and some really terrible. Catwoman.
Yeah.
We have Anna Paquin, who is in X-Men, Trick or Treat, and Mosaic.
Yeah,
Mosaic.
One of the best and worst movies she's been in. Okay.
We had Dylan Baker, who is in Road to Perdition and Trick or Treat. That was the principal or the teacher or whatever. That was also the murderer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of those guys where I'm just like, I know that guy, but I don't know his name.
Yep.
Yeah, but I recognize him and everything.
We have Ernie Reyes Jr., who was in Red Sonja and TMNT 1 and 2. In 1, he was Leonardo, and in 2, he was whatever the hell his name is in that Kino.
Yeah, Kino.
We have Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's in Street Fighter and Time Cop. We have Peter Neri Tiososopo, who is in Batman and Robin and Street Fighter. He was E Honda, and in the Batman and Robin, I can't remember what he was, but he was some like one of the thugs or something like that.
Okay.
We have Donnie Yen, who is in Blade 2 and Rogue One.
Yep.
We have Ron Perlman,
There
who
he is.
currently was only in Blade 2 and the animated Hellboy movies, because we haven't watched the actual Hellboy movies yet. We have Tony Curran, who is in Blade 2 and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah.
We have Peta Wilson, who is also in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Superman Returns.
Peta.
We have Jason Fleming, who is in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Stardust. We have Anthony Michael Hall, who is in Weird Science and Dark Knight. I don't know what he plays in Dark Knight, but he was in there apparently.
Must have a bit role. I mean, I just saw him in.
I like how both of you looked in the same corner to see what was like it's written up there on the wall. There, Chuck's
I just saw him in Reacher season 3. So he's also, I think, just got cast in new season of Dexter. No, he just got cast in something.
Gotcha.
So, good for him.
Yeah.
He's still.
We have Bill Paxton, who is in Aliens, Weird Science, Terminator, and Predator 2.
Game over, man.
We have Ben Affleck, who is in Daredevil and Buffy. Natalie Portman, who is in V for Vendetta and Star Wars. We have John Hurt, who is in V for Vendetta and Alien. We have Liam Neeson, who is in Batman Begins, Darkman, and Star Wars. We have Bruce Campbell, who is in Evil Dead, Darkman, and Spider-Man's 1 and 2. We have Jesse Lawrence, who was in Darkman and Buckaroo Banzai. Ted Raimi, who is in Spider-Man, Darkman, Evil Dead, and Candyman.
Guy who's a Candyman.
We have Danny Hicks, who is in Darkman and Spider-Man. So I'm assuming he's probably like a friend of Ted Raimi's, because that's usually what he does, is puts his friends in movies. It's like Adam Sandler of the.
That's no different than Adam Sandler.
Yeah. We have Ray Park, who is in Star Wars and X-Men. Samuel L. Jackson, who is in Star Wars and The Incredibles. Warwick Davis, who is in Willow and Star Wars. Brian Cox, who is in X2 and Trick or Treat. Jennifer Connelly, who is in The Hulk and The Rocketeer. Thomas Jane, who is in The Punisher and Buffy. He was one of the cops, or one of the guys that attacked what's his face when he's in his van.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah, because we had to go back and look at it to see. Yeah, and it's like, holy shit, it's him.
Yeah.
We have Rebecca Romaine, who is in The Punisher and X-Men. We have Kevin Nash, who is in The Punisher and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
And we have Ben Foster, who is in Punisher and X-Men Last Stand. And that's as far as I got for this list. So,
not a lot of females doing multiple roles. Oh, which is, I mean, we had, what's her name? The Seventh Heaven mom.
I didn't get up that far, though. Because I didn't get to Star Trek.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
And I was going through our list. It just so happened that some of these people were in movies that were further along in the list.
I gotcha. Okay.
Because I was going through, because I didn't feel like just trying to figure it out, by looking them up. So I just went through the list in my book that we have of the movies, and then I would find somebody and go through their IMDb and then pick out all the movies that we'd seen that they were in.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's how I was going to do it. I started at the beginning of my book. I have it written down on a sheet, and I was like, okay, I'm going to start by each name. And I got written down the movie names.
Yeah.
As far as I got.
Yeah. That's how I was going to do it too, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Chuck. Thanks. Good job, buddy. Hey, Ron, thank you for that. I do appreciate that.
Thanks, Ron. That was sweet of you, you big sexy guy. Wow.
So.
Wow. I like you a little bit more.
But like I know that, especially in the 60s, 70s, 80s,
they only had like 12 actors. So they had
it's a lot of it was the actors aren't doing they're doing different roles, of course. They're not going to do the same role in the same movie, if that makes like you're not going to have recurring roles, I guess I would say. Versus now, where if you sign on to do a role like a Captain America, you're going to be in that role.
Like if you were Superman for like 4 movies or
something like that.
That's not entirely true because
I was saying because a lot of
Edward Norton signed on to do the Hulk, and then they were like, "Nah, never mind."
Well, but I mean, look at Michael Keaton. Which did you say Michael Keaton? I don't think you did.
You know what? I didn't, but he was in Batman 1 and 2. And that's because he's only in Batman.
That's fair.
Because we haven't watched anything else that he's in yet.
We haven't watched Spider-Man's yet. Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah. Or The Flash, or something else. Anyways,
I know there's another one, but regardless, like he was only 2 movies. He only did 2 movies, and then they went to other people.
He sucked.
Versus now, where it's like, yeah, you sign a contract, and they're gonna hold you for however long. I don't know.
You're here with us until you die.
Until you're 90. I know the comic book movies in the 70s and 80s, like there wasn't a lot. And we've seen that because we blazed through the 70s and 80s fairly quickly, I think, on everything. 80 in Marvel, DC, even in our other section. It's the 90s that kind of, became, not problematic, but like, oh, comic book movies are kind of a thing. You start to see them actually become popular, and they're going to start making money. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You'll get a movie like Barbed Wire, which is just utter crap.
Yeah.
Or you'll get a movie like Tank Girl, which is a hell of a lot of fun, but doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's because, 70s and 80s comic books were made essentially for kids that weren't really
made for adults with the intelligence of kids. There's a difference.
Sure,
but I see what he's saying though. Like it had a younger, it was skewing toward the younger audience.
Yeah, and more importantly, in the 90s, then those kids grew up and could go to the movies. They had their own disposable income, and then also we can all the 90s was a comic boom.
Yes,
and then of course it also burst during the 90s. But
yes,
yeah.
Well, in 90s we had all of the the big storylines, the Batman Nightfall, the death of Superman. You had Image Comics becoming a thing, and you had characters like Spawn, what else did Image have at the time?
Savage Cop.
Was Savage Cop one of them?
I can never remember.
Savage Dragon.
Oh, Savage. Yeah, sorry, Savage Dragon.
Like they had all of these more adult themed books, and even X-Men had the Age of Apocalypse and stuff going on. You had the comics. What?
Vampirella?
That one was Vampirella. Was that Image? I don't think she was Image. No? I thought she was something else. Either way, but yes, you're right. That was 90s though.
Yeah.
But basically,
well, I mean, even some of the 90s, like your X-Men story arcs and stuff like that, got way more adult than they were.
Yeah, which we saw to what Chuck is saying. Like the kids in the 80s were growing up, and it's like, okay, let's instead of trying to appeal to a younger audience again, let's grow with our audience who is a more adult and making money and can buy our books.
And we saw the biggest spawning of what would now become mainstream characters, like the X-Men in the 90s kind of solidified the actual like team.
Yeah,
We
Jim
had
Lee, then
Venom.
that's costume that those costumes are the ones everybody knows.
Yeah.
That's what was used in the show, the animated TV show.
Yeah.
We had Venom and Carnage come in, and yeah, good times.
Well, and especially like Carnage. Carnage made it very adult. Like, I mean, like Spider-Man villains like killed people, but like Carnage came in and like lived up to his name in those books because it was like, massive murders going on.
Yeah, I mean, like prior to that, all we had was like Stiltman. You
love your Stiltman.
I fucking love Stiltman. He's so stupid.
Yeah, he is.
And then he dies by getting shot in the dick with a rocket launcher, and it's so good. They should have kept him dead, though. I think they finally bring him back.
I mean, who don't they bring back anymore?
Everybody,
don't forget
Lady Stiltman, though.
Yeah.
Did you know there was a lady?
She shot up the cooch with a rocket, or
no? She becomes like a good guy. She becomes somebody else. I don't remember, but she would like realize that she was being like psychologically abused by men, and then it was like, "Hey, I'm gonna just be a good guy now."
Huh?
Pretty sure that's what happens. Her story is actually kind of sad. Like, I mean, it's like a good redemption story, but it's also kind of bums out.
Let's see here.
Lady Stiltman.
Lady Stiltman. She shows up in 2009 in Amazing Spider-Man. Get this out of my way. Don't need it. Around this time, she joined Misty Knight's crew. Okay. She later defected to Purple Man's team, Villains for Hire. All right.
Maybe it was Purple Man that she was like being abused by.
Which would track because Purple Man is kind of a.
That's the dude from Jessica Jones, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. More Massive Evil. He was swiftly taken out by Domino and Daredevil. Let's see. Stillman battle of Secret Avengers who were trying to free Taskmaster. You sure she went good? I think she must have went good for like a minute and then went back to being bad.
Yeah, maybe. I thought she did. Maybe.
Deadpool blew up her legs, then captured her and the other criminals and killed Gump. Oh, wait. Deadpool's fought against Daniel Gump, a precog who had sold his soul for his powers, became targeted by Deadpool. He hired a group of mercenaries, including Lady Stiltman, to protect him. Deadpool fought against Gump's protectors with Spider-Man as Otto Octavius as Spider-Man.
Superior Spider-Man.
That's a good story. I actually do like that storyline.
Superior Spider-Man is awesome.
Yeah. And then Deadpool blew up her legs and captured her and killed Gump anyway. So,
all right.
Yeah, I think she was good for a minute when she joined Misty Knight's crew, and then she went back to being a villain.
Oh, dumb, stupid. Anyway, Stiltman's the best. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Continue.
But anywho.
So going through like the IMDb like for movies and stuff, and just like movies in general, I'm thinking that if we ever do finish up our run of comic book movies, we should transfer over to just doing rundown reviews as like other movies, like other genres of movies.
I mean, I was going to wait until we got rid of one section, but because I'm just going to make everything together anyway, I was going to throw in video game movies because there's a shit ton of those too.
Yeah, there are.
And now that we've got more coming, like actually good ones coming out now, like Sonic's, like, I mean, I could throw those in with the comic book movies because, I mean, the other thing with the video game movies is that a lot of those video game movies have comic books. You know,
True.
Sonic has a comic. Resident Evil has a comic. Mario kind of has a comic. I mean, sort of. Like I can make it happen, you know? So Minecraft has comics, you know? So Yeah,
I have no interest in seeing that movie. If I'm being honest,
it's
like
not bad. It's
it
not
just
like. I mean, I played Minecraft a decade ago. I haven't played it since, but like it's a fun time movie, but it's also not made for me.
that's
Okay?
fair. I just don't understand why they went live action with it when they could have just digitized it and had voices and voice actors and
Because they wanted it to sell.
Yeah, that doesn't make money. You get Jack Black, who is gonna bring a crowd, and you get him live action.
I'm really honestly just over Jack Black. He's in so much shit now that I am Jack Black burnt out.
I don't support Jack Black anymore because he turned his back on Kyle.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that on the show.
Oh yeah. Actually, I remember you guys bringing that up.
Yeah.
Well, fuck Jack Black. Jack Black, if you're listening, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, fuck you, you coward.
Yeah, I
fucking
don't think he cares. He's got
bros
money.
before hoes, man.
Bros before money, you mean? He did it for the money. He did it for the contracts. He did
That's
it for the money.
because he is the hoe.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely does suck because
how dare you turn your back on somebody who rode on your coattails, you bastard. I love Kyle, but he wrote on his coattails. Actually, he wrote the majority of their songs, so I would argue if it wasn't for Tenacious D, Jack Black wouldn't be as big as he was.
Well, I mean, he still had an acting career.
Well, his mom was like a big wig in Hollywood, like not an agent, but like with the people that find like that hire in stars for talent. Yeah, there you go, talent caster.
Yeah, but he has said that if he didn't do Tenacious D, he would have never gotten the role for School of Rock, and arguably School of Rock was his big breakthrough.
School of Rock was. I did like School of Rock.
You mean Biodome wasn't his big breakthrough?
He was in Biodome?
He's in Biodome?
You gotta save the motherfucking trees. Yeah. He at the beginning of the movie when like they're having like the rally or whatever.
Oh my god, you're right.
I really thought Mars Attacks was his big role.
I mean, technically, it's the Jackal because he gets shot by Bruce Willis. Pretty fucking awesome. I would say actually his like thing that put him on the map was Orange County, but
I've never seen Orange
I
County.
haven't seen Orange County in forever.
Dude, that is such a 2000s movie.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit, it's such a 2000s movie.
Shallow Hal is a decent one. I like that one back in the day. Yeah. It's also one of those that you watch a couple times, like, okay, I'm good.
It's also one that you watch now and you're like, holy shit.
Right? Like it definitely would not hold up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not making that movie again.
No.
Unless they did Reverse, where it was a woman.
Oh, speaking of movies they're making again, when I was perusing through the IMDb, there was a Masters of the Universe for 2026.
Yeah.
And,
what? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
A Masters of the Universe that's coming out in 2026, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot who they showed the cast.
I don't know. I just saw.
Oh yeah, because
like people were bullshit
Monica.
about it.
What's her name? What's her name from Firefly? And she was also in Deadpool.
Morena Baccarin.
Thank you. She's going to be the one that I don't remember.
Evelyn?
Fuck. No, she's not Evelyn. She's
Tila?
the one, not Tila. The other one.
Sorceress?
Yeah, her. There we go.
Oh.
All right.
She old? She's not old. Sorceress is kind of old.
Makeup.
Well, I mean, Sorceress is kind of young, I thought.
She's not compared to
eternally.
Well, Marina Baccarin's older than I am, I think.
What does it say about you?
I still have a chance.
Proud of you, buddy.
Oh, yeah, Idris Elba is going to be a Man at Arms.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Jared Leto is going to be Skeletor.
Yeah, don't get me started. No fucking that because everybody was pissed about Elba being Man at Arms, and I'm just like, that's a really stupid fucking thing to be pissed about.
Yeah, he's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be he's gonna be perfect for that role. But Jared Leto as Skeletor may make me want to blow my brains out.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for the new Tron recently. When I went and saw Thunderbolts.
They're making another Tron.
Yeah.
I love Tron.
Tron Ares. And Leto is going to be, I think he's the main in that. He's protagonist.
Alison Brie is going to be Evelyn.
Yeah.
She was in The Community and Glow.
Yeah.
She's good. I like her.
Camilla Mendez is going to be Tila. She's from the Archie show.
Riverdale.
Oh. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, next so at the time people are listening to this, it'll be about a year.
Yeah,
about a year away.
I don't know who the dude is that's playing He-Man.
Nicholas Galitzin.
I don't know who he is though. Like I've never heard of him.
The Idea of You, Red, White, and Royal Blue, Purple Hearts, Marion George, Cinderella. Okay.
That's probably his first breakout.
I mean, looks like he's done a lot of romantic movies. So this would be his first action movie, probably.
Better get buff.
He does kind of look like Dolph Lundgren in the face a little bit.
Yeah. He's got to get super buff.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Now, what they're going to do, they're going to film him as Adam first, let him go pump iron for like 6 months, and then come back and shoot him as He-Man.
Just put him on steroids. He'll be fine.
I don't know why they don't do that. That way they can actually distinguish between Adam and He-Man. Be kind of funny.
They'll probably just CG.
It's just gonna be it's gonna be CGI everything.
Yeah.
Body, put a bodysuit or a mocap.
Yeah, stupid.
Which would be bad. I don't know. It's all good. All fun stuff.
Anyway, Sinners was fucking awesome. Everybody go see the movie Sinners while you have the opportunity. Ron.
Apparently, it is. I know time of recording is getting re-released in IMAX theaters specifically, and it's already sold out. Like it's sold out in every single IMAX.
My friend took the day off from work tomorrow to go to the only showing he could get into, which was 10 a.m. and he bought the last of 3 seats that were available.
Yeah, dude, it's an amazing movie. Ryan Coogler as the director is just amazing.
I'm going to see if I can get it on a Wednesday night. I'm going to see if Alfie wants to go with me and
do it. Yeah,
make a night.
I mean, you'll love it. There is a mid-credit scene that you need to stay for. There's an end credit scene that you don't need to watch.
It D&D because you guys missed it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't need to watch that end credit scene. Like that one's not as important, but the mid-credit scene is the important one. No.
The end credit scene was nice, but it didn't play into anything. But the mid credit scene was there was a guy who got up and left, and I was like, "You idiot!"
Before the mid credit, or
he got up the second the screen went to black, like before the credit scene rolled. He was up and out of there, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Like that?
I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine seeing that movie and not knowing the end.
Yeah,
that mid-credit scene. That's crazy. Yeah, that makes the whole fucking movie.
Yeah. That's allegedly, wild. There is rumors that this is the beginnings of a new universe, kind of like a monster universe. What Universal was going to try to do with the Mummy and
you know what
Dracula,
I want?
Stuff like that.
You know what I want? I want a slight spin-off or prequel-ish of the Native American group. That's what I want.
I do.
I don't want to.
I don't want to say anything else
for me.
There's some fun stuff with that I'm just like, why are you?
Yeah.
Not?
Okay. They could have done a lot of shit with that.
They could have.
Yeah.
I would love for them to just be in this world. Give us some more haints, give us some werewolves, give us some ghouls, give us some I don't know, body snatchers or something. Like, like the voodoo magic. Like the world is just, oh, I love it. It's great.
It's very
Wonderful.
good. It's very good. It definitely has a From Dusk Till Dawn, 30 Days a Night vibe. So like they could really run with a lot of it.
Quentin Tarantino gets somebody's foot in his mouth.
Kinda. There's some stuff.
Wow.
There's some stuff that happens. Yeah.
Anywho, let's not spoil anything here.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I'm not telling you what goes in where. Okay.
I know what goes in where. Don't worry, Chuck.
Yes, I've heard.
He's figured it out at least twice.
Proud of you, buddy. Good job. Anything else?
Anything else you guys want to talk about? Just chat about?
Hey, on on Paramount Plus, there's a movie called Arena Wars. 10 out of 10. Don't recommend it. Not good. I watched it because I was like, oh sweet, it's like an arena battle. And I really want to watch it. And it looks good. And then I proceeded to watch it, and holy shit, it was not good. It was very.
You know what I would recommend to watch right now before they figure it out and take it down off of Disney Plus? A Bug's Life.
Oh, that is.
Why would you recommend that right now? Weird, weird. I'm actually good. I'm planning probably Wednesday as well to go see Clown in the Cornfield.
I've heard about this.
The horror movie based off of a book.
Yeah.
I read the book last week, audio book, but and it was kind of fun. So I know Will Sasso's in it.
Who?
Will Sasso? No, you know Will Sasso.
Who's that?
Mad TV.
He was on the Dudesy podcast.
Yeah.
Bald guy. He would do. He did the Stone Cold. He did Limp Bizkit on Mad TV. He did Kenny Rogers on Mad TV. Did you ever see Mad TV?
You would recognize him.
Yeah, the bald dude, bald white guy.
Here.
You know me, Sam.
Here, that guy.
Oh nope, I got you. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I like Will. He's
great. Good. He's in it. Kevin Durant is in it. He was third season of last. He was the Blob in the Wolverine Origins.
Okay.
Wolverine. He was in the third season of Lock and Key. He's another one of those guys who's in everything as like bit roles. But yeah,
wasn't he a basketball player?
No,
Kevin Durant.
Maybe I'm thinking of. Hold on, Kevin.
What am I thinking of?
No, you are thinking of Kevin Durant.
Durant, the bad guy from Darkman.
I'm thinking of. What's his name?
That's just Durant.
Hold on.
Hey, who are you thinking of? Kevin Durant is a basketball player.
You are correct.
Can't believe I knew that. That's exciting.
Durand. Kevin Durand. With a D.
That's different.
That is a different guy.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
There you go. That guy.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was in like
all these movies.
Stuff. Yeah, we know.
He was in Legion. I didn't see Legion yet. I do want to see Abigail.
You've never seen Legion?
No, I have seen. I said we could watch Legion, but that's not technically a comic movie.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Are you sure? There's probably a comic called Legion.
There is a comic called Legion, but it's not the same comic.
Now, hear me out. We watched that, and then Chuck's like, I read the comic book, and it's nothing like this movie.
That's true. Yeah, I'd be like,
Chuck's the one that read that comic.
Oh.
What the hell was that?
That was me flinging a thing into my ice cream bowl by accident.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I got scared. Legion, I thought it was based off a comic book.
No, I don't think so. Now I'm checking.
I swear.
Maybe I'm thinking of Priest?
Preacher.
That's the one,
Priest is probably closer to a comic
because that's
than
the one
Legion.
with Carl Urban, right?
Priest.
As the bad guy, or is that Legion?
No.
This guy.
Uh,
I don't know.
Priest.
All
also
those
has
movies.
Paul Bentley, I believe.
All those movies came out at the same time, and
Have I ever seen Priest?
Right.
What's
Does
Priest?
it also have Paul Bentley?
yeah, it is Paul Bentley
Okay.
and Carl Urban. Yeah, Carl Urban's the bad guy in Priest. I was right.
Okay.
Oh, shout
He's
out
the
Carl
dude in the black
Urban.
hat.
He's about to come up a lot. He's in a
Carl
lot of
Urban?
comic book stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have him in a few.
So there are Lord of the Rings comics. Just saying.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
And you made us watch Star Wars. I'm just saying, you made us
It's my
watch Star
show.
Wars. I mean, to be fair, Ron, he is giving us the Mummy, so we do have to like.
That's true. We are getting the Mummy.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I'm
yes,
very
the
excited.
Mummy. Ooh, that's actually going to be coming up fairly soon, actually.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Love
we're
that.
in 97 right now. Where is...
Yes.
There we go. Let's see here. Checking. 96. We're still in 96. So we are... Why did I not have that on here? I don't have it on the list. I got to put it on the list.
And more importantly, everyone, if you go to archive.org, you can find the 1983 animated musical Rock and Rule.
What
And
is
we
up
can
with
watch-
that? Because you sure
I've
that
been trying to get you guys to fucking watch this for like ever.
Okay.
That's
I
true.
brought up Rock and Rule forever.
Yes.
And also the person I went on a date with had never heard of it, and so she gave me homework. I gave her homework. She has to watch Rock and Roll.
What do
What
you
do
have
you
to
have to
watch?
watch?
I have to watch. I have to watch Mark Maron's Netflix stand-up special, Too Real. Don't ask. I don't. I forget why. There's like a significance to it. And I have to start a letterbox.
What's that?
Why?
Because she's really into letterbox. She's a cinephile person, so she's really into letterbox.
Don't tell her about this show then.
Oh, she knows about it. She's aware.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I'm going to. Yeah, I have to start a letterbox so she can see my terrible takes on movies. Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, to be fair, her favorite movie, like franchise of all time, is Mission Impossible. So take it what you will.
I'm
not going to comment on that.
See the last one. I think it's actually coming out here fairly soon.
I saw the first one.
I need to watch like the last 3, I think. Before
How many are there?
This is number 7.
I need to watch the last 6 of them then.
Yeah.
They are.
I watched the first one and it's just kind of eh.
But
I'm also a big Tom Cruise fan, so.
Apparently the third one was like great. That was
because it was like a normal action movie.
Yeah, that's the one I had. That's one of the ones I hadn't watched. Like I watched the first one, I watched the second one, which was like whatever. Didn't watch the third one. Came back for the fourth one, and then I didn't watch the fifth one. And I don't know if the fifth or the sixth one had Henry Cavill and his shotgun arms.
That was the sixth one, she said.
Okay, then I didn't watch the fifth and sixth one. So yeah,
because
this one.
This was
the eighth one.
So funny enough, Joey, I did bring up the fact that you were a big Zack Snyder fan, which she was slightly offended by. So yeah.
Okay, I don't like her
anymore.
Well, to be fair, she said that he seems like a really great person. Right. She just doesn't like how she doesn't like how he wrote Superman or directed Superman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, are you sure this isn't the same woman I met at the comic book store last week?
I'm not really
because
sure.
That's the exact same thing she said. Actually,
what if
more of she didn't
what
like
if after you talked to her, she got a hold of Chuck?
I mean, this was a very older woman, so I don't.
Yeah, doubtful.
The lady did say that she did not like the way that he wrote Jonathan Kent specifically. Specifically the scene when after young Clark saves the bus and Jonathan Kent basically says maybe you should have let them die, basically, for the most part, like roundabout way of saying you should have saved the kids and let them die to
true,
preserve a secret.
That's not a very Jonathan Kent thing to say. So.
It's not a very Jonathan Kent thing to say for the 80s and 90s, but if you're looking at Superman in today's light, in today's society, Chuck, you smug little bastard.
I didn't say a word.
You're not. We have that smile.
What are you talking about?
The argument could be said like, keep your secret hidden. You know, the world's not ready for what you're doing, what you could, with the potential of you. I will get into it more and defend myself more when we get to Man of Steel, which probably will be next year sometime. Maybe. I don't know. Got a while. It's like 2013. So
listen, I hear you, buddy. I'm with you. I get it. I'm not against you here. We're on the same team, buddy.
Okay. I really like Man of Steel was a really great movie, I thought. And
it was better than Batman versus Superman, so
I like BVS.
Yeah, I know. I watched it with you.
For the Trinity aspect of it all. Is it a good movie? It's not the best movie that has been made. I will agree to that.
It's a perfectly fine movie.
Wait. Before we say anything else, has Zack Snyder responded and worn one of our shirts yet?
No.
All right, then fuck that dude. Like,
you realize you said something about that last week and the episode hasn't been posted yet, right?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
The fuck. Wow.
Well, in that case, I take back that fuck that dude. But also, Batman versus Superman is super boring. It should have been Batman and Superman versus boredom, and they still lost.
Anyway,
I'm going to stay impartial because I don't think I've actually ever seen it.
So, I watched it with Joey in the basement at his house. Charity fell asleep on my lap in about the first 20 minutes, and then after that, like, I remember something about pissing in his grandma's lemonade, and I think that's actually all. And then something about Martha. You
fell asleep too, huh?
No, I watched the whole thing. It just nothing stuck.
Here's the problem: is that
I think there was a spear that he was trying to stab Superman with.
Yeah,
and I think the woman was there looking hot, and
and we'll get to it. We'll discuss it more when we get to it, but I would definitely suggest when we do to watch the ultimate cut over the theatrical cut.
Yeah, because it's only 4.5 hours to watch. You know,
no, it's only 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. But it's a complete story.
All right, but spoiler alert, Joey, we watched the extended version in your basement.
No, I know.
It's going to be a long 2026, everybody.
That's honestly, I don't know. Looking ahead, it will probably be some time before we get to that one.
Yeah, because that's still fairly new. Like, on the fairly
that is 2016, 2016.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we still got.
My God, it took him that long. Yeah, I guess it did, didn't it?
Okay. And we still have. Well, let's see. We got. That is number 33 to. We still have like 40 movies until we integrate the DC and Marvel back into our normal and into rotation.
Holy shit! That's
almost a whole year. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's going to be some time before we actually get to like Man of Steel, BVS, majority of the MCU. So
good news
I'm not upset about that.
Good news is I'm probably not living that long. So fuck yeah, get out of this. Anyway, so the whole point is go watch Rock and Rule because I found a link for it. Joey's going to put it in the show notes. And you can watch it for free and enjoy a movie that has a soundtrack written by Iggy Pop, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I forget the other person.
Yeah, I was when Ron came in, I I already started it up, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, the music was pretty rad. So,
It's an original score written by Iggy Pop, Earth, Wind and Fire, and I forget the.
Some other person.
Yeah, I always want to. I don't remember who it is. It's like a pop
singer. Chuck, you know what you do remember though is where people can find you.
Hey, you can find me on the internet and apparently Letterboxd. Hopefully, I've made it by the time this airs. Kicked out of the hood, No Ian Kicked. You can find my hobby page, Kicked Out of the Hobby, No Ian Kicked, where I post all of my miniature painting stuff. At time of recording, I give myself 24 hours to paint up a kill team for an event coming up soon that I'm probably not going to end up going to, but that's okay.
Do you when you do your like 24-hour thing, do you do like a time lapse of you painting them?
No, because I do a little bit of a time, then I walk away, so I would have to like set my shit up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but it's pretty much I should take pictures of like each step, but then that would also slow me down. But yeah, just some dry brushes, some contrast inks, and oil washes, man. It makes anything look tabletop ready. So yeah, so you can find me there. And of course you can find me at the end of the month on a Sunday, right here in your ear holes, getting franchised. Joey and I review the latest and greatest in movie franchises. We are still in year 1, season 1, known simply as the Horror Corner. We at time of release are talking about
Candyman just came out. I believe coming out next is My Bloody Valentine, which Ron was on with us.
Oh, good old Ronald comes out. That's exciting.
You know what that means? That means they need to buy their shirts so they can.
You gotta get your shirt. You need to have your shirt on when you listen to the movie review because it is objectively better.
It's true.
And then you'll understand the reference and joke. And then you can look down at the shirt and go, "Oh wow, I get this now."
See, and it's like you're part of the show itself.
Yeah, you are. Like
that's like breaking experience right there.
Yeah, and go check out the archives. Go check out all of our other episodes where we talked about Candyman and Evil Dead and Child's Play and Hellraiser. Man, we've watched some good movies. I gotta say, the last 50 movies plus getting franchise, we watched some good fucking movies. We watched some really bad fucking movies, but we watched some really good fucking movies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, boys. Hell yeah.
Agreed.
Here's the 50 more. And then the show's canceled. Count your fucking days, Joey.
You just don't want to. You just don't want to do BVS, huh?
I just don't want to get into the MCU. Like, I lived that. You know what I mean? Like, at least I'm watching movies that I don't remember that I lived them until the nostalgia of it. But like,
sure.
I was in college.
True. Every time that we get to a movie and Chuck's like, "Oh, I remember this," it's like a little bit of his childhood has been unlocked.
Yeah, but think of it this way:
his cheeks get a little bit rosier, and his eyes get a little bit more glossed over.
By the time we hit
simpler time,
by the time we hit the MCU, it'll be 20 years since it came out.
That doesn't help, Joey.
I already feel gonna be like 2028 by the time we get to it.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
That just means we'll be in phase 7?
Hopefully everything's rebooted, but that's a whole different thing. We'll start over.
Oh, I did finally see the trailer for Fantastic Four, and that looks good.
Looks fun.
I haven't even seen the trailer for the new Captain America movie, so
that should be coming out on.
I know.
Disney Plus soon.
Thunderbolts. At time recording came out.
Yeah, I went and saw that. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the preview for Thunderbolts yet either.
I have only heard positive things, which is, hey, they kind of figured it out again. Good for them.
It's not whatever. Yeah, it's fine. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I will objectively say that it's a better story than Captain America: Brave New World, only because they didn't go back and rewrite shit and have like 8 different storylines going on. Yeah. This is one complete storyline, but because I still like Brave New World, but this one is I feel like this was a better movie.
It's Suicide Squad, of course it's good.
basically. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
All right. Well, you guys can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Good at This Game. You can find my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game, and also on our shirts on TeePublic and Redpublic. TeePublic and Redbubble. There we go. It's one of those two
you have a
combinations.
stroke there?
Yeah. I thought I smelled toast in here, but I just figured, there's like somebody put the toaster down. I don't know. And you can find me right here on this fantastic show. Joey?
You guys can find me, find all the socials, find the show on all the socials at Comic Rundown or Comic Book Rundown. I don't know. I'm having a stroke now. You
I was wondering what
us,
your right hand was doing under the table there.
You know, it's the left hand doing the thing. Doing the stranger. You can
stranger in the bathtub.
Email us comicrundown@gmail.com. You can rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice. If you do, we'll read an upcoming episode. And maybe in the future we'll do another one of these Chitty Chats, or we'll definitely have another episode where we Ron will complete the list, and maybe because I don't want to do it. And we can go over some more actors and actresses that have been in other roles. But I also know after we hit 200, we'll do another rundown rankings to see where everything is at. And maybe on that one, we can kind of throw the list in, and we'll just have to do that. Like, we might have to record earlier and make that one like an extra long one or something.
Or we can just break it into 2 episodes.
That's a possibility too. We'll figure that one out next summer. That's the next summer problem.
Yeah. We like to push problems onto future us.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
We've got merch at Redbubble and TeePublic. Our song was done by the father doctor formerly known as Cam.
Hey!
Finally got it.
Attaboy.
And yeah, also got Comic Book Rundown is back periodically, like whenever I actually get done with my notes and get done with reading the books and putting it up. Actually, I think this month I will have last month I had one out. Last month? This month? I don't know. Math is hard. And so is time.
Yeah.
And thinking. But yeah, so is there anything else to see?
Oh, and because Chuck forgot to say it, shout out to Chris for listening.
Yeah, he didn't talk about Chris at all today.
Yeah, I would never consider you a coward, Chris, for not coming on this episode. Only Joey, who once again weirdly just brings it up before he hits record. He's just like, Chris, that fucking coward doesn't come on for the shows that I ask him to come on, and I'm disgusted by it, Joey.
Literally gonna be here in 2 weeks.
Chris is my best friend, and I just don't understand why you would talk so negatively about my best friend. It's so rude. Yeah.
Anyway,
what's our next movie?
I'm going to give you guys a choice because we got to pay for it regardless. We could either watch Darkman 3, Darkman Die, or Guyver 2, Dark Hero.
Is Guyver 2 out somewhere right now?
Prime.
Then we should just do Guyver 2 while it's still there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not wrong, and also it's objectively probably
the better movie.
Yeah,
honestly.
I also don't really want to watch it. I'll watch it. We just watched Darkman.
That's what I was saying. We just watched Darkman 2. Yeah,
but they were also filmed back to back. Remember?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but also that's dumb and stupid. I want to watch Guyver 2.
So.
Guyver 2, more Guyver. Guyver 2, Guyver, 2 Furious.
Sure. So yeah, so Guyver 2, Dark Hero, or just Guyver Dark Hero, sorry. It's still Guyver 2 though.
Guyver 2.
Yeah, that's over on Prime. Like I said, we got to pay for it regardless, so I think this actually is a little cheaper than
you can probably find it on archive.org.
Possibly. You can check it out. Go look.
Listen, the fact that I've been able to find anything on Archive is actually pretty fucking.
Yeah, I've been trying to find some of the Sentai on Archive, and I can't, which is annoying. But
Sentai or hentai? I'm not sure which one you just said.
why not both?
Correct.
Hentai?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you all for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Power Rangers with pussy testicles. You gotta love it. You know what I mean?